Good morning, everyone. This online course, Meditation for Beginners, Unit 1, Simplified Version, starts now. This morning's lesson is the first lesson of the 20 lessons. The contents of the 20 lessons includes the general principle of the meditation course. We will learn the general principle, general theory, and we will also learn the general method, which means the knowledge we will introduce is the universal knowledge of Shan method. As a practice of meditation, the method we introduce is the general and universal method. That's why we call it general principle or general method. The contents of this course is given in the table. This is because of the people's request. They say they would like to see a content, a summary. Actually, as a practice for meditation, generally we don't give any resource or reading material. Once reading material or resource is given, people tend to be more lazy and they would learn less. Without resources, those who really want to learn will try harder to learn and remember. Although he may not remember everything, but because he wants to try hard to experience. So even though they may not master the complete everything completely, but in fact they can get more. So in principle, we don't give any reading material or resource. This morning, because there are too many people and we cannot look after everything, so we give the general, the overall. If you are using computer now, you may see on the left side of your screen, there's everyday lesson outline. There's also the timetable and a very detailed contents of these 20 lessons, the name of every lesson, every morning and evening lesson. If you click on every day, you will see the syllabus or curriculum of that day. Actually, there are more detailed content there. To have an overview of this course, please have a look at the outline of this course. What I introduce orally may not be the same as what is presented on computer and cell phones, because I may introduce more. First, I'd like to talk about the basic structure of this course. How we structure this course is based on the course structure of the 7-day retreat. So in our 7-day retreat, generally what modules are planned? As Shan practice, the most fundamental, almost core part is sitting meditation. The lessons about sitting meditation. So this is the core of the whole course. This is the first module. Actually, in our teaching, it's not the first to come. It's the second. In the teaching, our practice needs to be based on certain knowledge, certain principle knowledge as the natural foundation of our method. So where does our method start from? So we need to have the basic knowledge and basic theory about Shan practice. So in the actual teaching, the first module is theory. In terms of importance, it is the secondary. The third module is walking meditation. Walking meditation is applying the method of meditation in the movement. It's a initial exercise or it's a beginning exercise. It's different from walking simply. Put it in a simple way, walking meditation is walking in the way of Shan or walking in the way of heart-mind. This is the third module. These are the three most major modules in our teaching. The fourth module is about the timetable. In our retreat, we have very strict plan on daily schedule. Maybe many people don't quite care about this. I understand the timetable of school has very strict natural science foundation after I learned the course of theory about courses. In the training of people, in cultivating people, the timetable, how we plan our time, is the most basic and most important plan. In our retreat, usually we start in 5 or 4:30 a.m. In temple or monastery, we usually get up at 3:50 and we enter the Chan Hall. We enter the Shan Hall at 4 o'clock. After 4:15, the latecomers are not allowed to enter into the hall. After the morning sitting, and then we go to have breakfast, and then we transferring or we returning our merit, and then we have some free time about 7 to 7:30 or from 6:30 to 7:30. This is the free time. The free time slot is usually fixed in the timetable in the temple. This is very scientific. Our breakfast comes no later than 6 o'clock. No temple serve the breakfast after 6 or 6:30. It's quite strict. Lunch is served at 11. Afternoon lessons starts at about 2 o'clock or 1:30. Dinner comes no later than 5 p.m. or 4:30. At about 9 o'clock in the evening, people start to rest. Some individuals may go to bed at 11 o'clock, but usually we propose people to go to bed early and get up early. Go to bed early is good for your skin, and get up early is good to cultivate your will. Reasonable structure of life, the rhythm of life is very strict in the practice of Shan. So this is about how we organize our time on the timetable. This is another module. It's also quite important. The next module is about the daily behavior. 过堂 means have meal. So this is the people have meal together like they do in the army. It has big influence on people's training. If we want to apply the method in our daily life, in our daily behavior, 过堂 and daily behavior is very important. So in our retreat, there will be strict training on this as well. Next is other daily life behavior. So in 24 hours of a day, your mind needs to be always with the method. In the 24 hours of the day, your mind is always on the path. You don't get away from touching realization of your heart mind, and you don't get away from bodhita vipassana. Every moment and everywhere you are in the state of Shan. After practice this for a while continuously, and it becomes a habit. So our meditation courses usually have these processes in our plan. Usually we have these modules. These cannot be lost. What you see now is a simplified version of this course. You can see the content here. We focus the logical sequence of the course, a few basic modules, theory lessons, sitting meditation lessons, walking meditation lessons, and other contents. These are the 4 modules. Although we are having courses online this time, but we present the logic here. When you memorize and organize the knowledge, when you participate in the course, you can know which is which. If you don't know this, then you participate in the lesson, you may not know where you are. Every lesson in this course, every content, there's a strong logical relationship between the upper, the lower, the left, and the right. What we will introduce in the theoretical or in the theory lesson, for example, we will first talk about what is Shan and what is Mahayana Shan, and we will introduce the psychological principle about Samantha Vipassana, the psychology of Shan, and we will introduce the value of Shan method in Buddhism. And we also will talk about the Shan culture. This is the logic. The sitting meditation course will talk about the 5 steps in sitting meditation. Each step we will give detailed instructions. The entering, the stopping or stilling the mind, Vipassana rejuvenating by resting and exiting, these 5 steps. Walking meditation, because we don't have enough time in this simplified version, we can only talk about the 3 key points of walking meditation. What is walking meditation? What is the 3 key points of walking meditation? Each key point we will teach respectively, and we will go through them and apply it as a kung fu. You need to see the sequence here, or the logic here. And please note that the other contents actually are most practical to you. For example, some people will have the pain in the legs. How can we deal with that in a scientific way? And we also have the method of Shan or Shan practice for females or for ladies, and some important issues. These are practical knowledge. We can see the structure and our basic progress. I hope you can get familiar with this structure, with the structure or the framework of this course while you participate in the course. So you can know while you listen to me where I am, what about which part I am talking about. So without this framework in mind or this roadmap in mind, and you build up this structure from the content you listened to, it might be a little bit difficult. We spend some time on the course structure. I hope you can remember this framework in your mind. So whatever we are introducing, and as well as whatever you are experiencing, you know which part your experience or our content belongs to. Next, I'll talk about the most common knowledge. What is Shan method? What is Shan? Please note that my pronunciation is Shan, not Chan. What is Shan? It's the state of existence of your heart mind, the nature of your heart mind. So, what kind of state? It's the state of continuity of your heart mind. That is to say, Shan itself is the heart mind itself. In our common sense, in our common context, the meaning of Shan is the state of Shan's existence or Shan's being. So what state of the existence is the state of continuity? It's the ontological meaning of Shan. That's what is Shan itself. When we talk about practice Shan, what is Shan here? Shan here means meditation or the cultivating of the nature of heart mind. If we talk about the fruit of this practice, it's the state of the heart mind. What is Shan method? When we talk about the method, there is common method or common path, which means the Buddhist and non-Buddhist, they use some method to practice heart mind in general, the common method. And there's also unique method, which means it's unique in Buddhism. Actually, the unique method in Buddhism can represent the professional method in Shan practice. So with the progress of civilization and the spreading of Shan method, the unique Shan in Buddhism can represent the most core or most professional part in Shan. And what is Shan practice? You know, Shan is the practice of heart mind, the development of heart mind, and the practice, the cultivation of heart mind. All these are called Shan practice. It is practice. So that's what's Shan method, what's Shan practice. Shan practice, the most representative method is sitting meditation. We also call it 打坐. Sitting meditation is not just sit there quietly. Those who only talk about sitting there and to cultivate the state of the calm mind or quiet mind, he didn't actually understand Shan. What we are doing when we do sitting meditation, basically, sitting meditation is a process from scattered mind to the mind in the state of samadhi. After getting samadhi, and we go back into the scattered mind. From the scattered mind to the state of samadhi, and from samadhi back to the state of mind. So this process So this is the description from the perspective of process. If we look closer at this process, the entering step is the step leading into samadhi. After you entered, there's Samantha and getting samadhi. There's the process of invocating vipassana based on samadhi. And from vipassana, go to the rejuvenating by resting the heart mind. And then exit, return to the state of scattered mind. Therefore, the process in our method has entering and practicing and exiting, these three stages. Psychologically, this process is from scattered mind to samadhi and from samadhi back to scattered mind. So what is samadhi? Psychologically, what is samadhi? When we compare scattered mind with the mind in samadhi, what is scattered mind? We can only by comparing the scattered mind with the samadhi can we know the psychological principle of Shan. So we will talk about this in the Shan psychology lesson. We have a very short time this morning. The first lesson today, we are going to learn exiting. Our Shan practice are divided into 5 steps. Entering, which is the preparation of body, mind, and body, speech, and mind. The second step, stopping or stilling the mind, is to practice samatha and get samadhi. The third step is vipassana. We practice vipassana based on samadhi. Next step is rejuvenating or resting of heart mind. It's the resting and rejuvenating and refreshing the heart mind. The next step is exiting, going back to the scattered mind. We cannot leave our mind in the state of we cannot bring the state of samadhi too much into the state of scattered mind. We have the method or the technique of Shan, but we cannot completely bring what we experience in samadhi back to the state of daily consciousness or the scattered mind. So we need to have a complete the whole program of exiting. So the first lesson, the practice lesson we introduced today is exiting. Now we assume you adjust your body. You've already adjusted your body in the entering step, adjusting the breath. Adjusting your breathing through touching, realizing the breath. The body and the mind enter into touching realization of itself. Adjusting the mind. Inwardly experience or touching, realizing your heart mind. Let your mind focus, clear, alive, and full of strength. And let it be in the state of self-illuminating, self-awareness, and self-conscious. Through concentration, enter into the inner state of heart-mind, into the intrinsic existence of heart-mind, the nature of heart-mind itself. Don't leave your mind in the outside environment. In the intrinsic state of the heart-mind itself, keep the clearance, the divine clearance, the awareness, the illuminating of the heart-mind. You are not drowsy, you are not in darkness. You are in your self-intrinsic nature of your heart-mind, and it's the intrinsic existence state of the nature of your heart-mind. At this time, you have the inward concentration, focus, illuminating awareness. Your heart-mind does not go outward. It's not scattered. It does not spend energy. You settle down. And rest. Rejuvenating, refreshing, rejuvenating voluntarily. Going back to the self-nature of heart-mind, the continuous rejuvenating. The longer, the better. In the state of illuminating clearance, your heart-mind is rejuvenated in a voluntary way. The longer, the better. Assume the time is going to be up. It's time to end the sitting meditation. Then we need to learn the exiting process. So when we learn sitting meditation, we should first learn how to exit the sitting meditation, not to learn getting samadhi in the beginning or doing vipassana. We don't learn getting samadhi or vipassana in the beginning. We need to learn first how to exit. Exiting is the process from samadhi to scattered mind. You can't jump out of the state suddenly, and you cannot simply bring the inward experience back into the scattered mind. You need to complete the transition from the samadhi to the scattered mind. The process is like when we learn to drive. We first learn how to stop a car. Let's assume you've already done well in the 3 middle steps in sitting meditation. You've already entered the state of samadhi, and you've already done the rejuvenating process, and you are ready to exit. It's time to going back to work again, going back to the daily life. When we exit, we keep the original state. We keep the state of heart, mind, and our body's posture. First, we move our toes. We move our toes symmetrically bend and extend. Use the force in both directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the soles and archers bend and extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This process, please note at this here, usually we do 7 times. So when we bend and extend, we need to use the force in both directions. So when you bend and you feel the blocking, so when you move your feet in this way, you feel there's a blocking force, there's a force going in the opposite direction. The foot cannot be simply followed your hand. It's the same way on the other direction. So when you move your foot in this way, when you push it, you find it's just follow its own rhythm. We call it yin-yang forces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. In the beginning, we need to be slower, but actually in our teaching, we always go too fast. So you need to exercise on your own more after you go back. And rotate your ankles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the beginning, we teach in this way. When you exercise on your own, you need to note at every position when you rotate, you need to have a clear consciousness and the feeling of the strength. Not only the body, the position, you are clear about the position, and the strength of every position and on every ankle, you need to be clear. The speed, you need to be clear. That is to say, you need to be aware of angular velocity and the force in angular velocity. And from this step up, the next joint is the knees, are the knees. When we move our knees, we let the knees draw a circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't think this movement of drawing circle is very simple. Now I'm sitting in the half lotus posture. You may sit in half or full lotus posture. We will talk about in the evening. So while we sit, how can the personally, I've got arthritis, so I practice for after 4 years of practicing, I can clearly feel when I rotate my knees, I can clearly feel the circle. Every section you need to be clearly aware of that part. This helped me a lot because my knees are not quite well. So after I getting old, I can still be able to move, and so this training is very helpful. So 2 directions, 7 times in each direction. And if you have plenty of time, you can spend more time here. You can do more than 7 times when you first start practice. Then move up to the waist. The waist, let it rotate by itself. The method is the bottom. You fix your bottom and you don't move the upper body, and the waist rotate itself like this, clockwise and anti-clockwise. We start by clockwise movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This exercise, in my experience, the self-rotation of the waist is important to everyone, especially for those who are weaker. You need to exercise this more, and you must need to feel the inner strength. Use your inner strength to exercise again and again. Inner strength refers to the spiritual strength. By applying this inner strength, you unite your heart, mind, your spine, and your waist together, and your exercise will on a deep level, which means on the level of your bones and your spiritual power. It's vital to your adjustment of body and mind, especially for those who have some certain weakness in your waist. After rotating the waist, we come to the shoulders. Rotate the shoulders from this direction. We draw a circle vertically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in the opposite direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And our neck, the neck, we rotate our neck. It's like the rotation of the waist. Clockwise, try not to move your head as much as possible. The important part is you need to move in a deep part of your body. The outer experience, you may not move that much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In this process, your heart, mind, and your body posture basically does not change. And move your wrist. With your strength, you move your wrist for 6 to 7 times. And both palms, from gentle to heavy, and from heavy to gentle. Your palm gently, keep your palm in a certain distance. Feel the heat from the other palm, and feel the palm itself. Feel the warmth of itself, and gently you touch each other as if you can feel the hair on your palm. Actually, there's no hair on your palm. This is our sense of touch. We use this to revitalize our sense of touch. The lighter, the more gentle, the better. You rub your palm, and we do it heavier, in a heavier way.
掌面的感知，用力搓几下，再搓几下，就是这要用筋骨上的劲儿搓几下，然后再回到从轻手部的手部，你不论你是什么感觉，搓几遍，从轻到重，从重到轻之后，恢复到左肝母鱼面部，从迎香开始，最少3遍。肝母鱼上去眼角，向两边头角向下，一直到下颌部颌部。1、2、3。一般呢，我们有7次，女同胞啊， 注意到这个动作呢，细化一点，就是先从轻的、轻轻的，就像你们就抚摸婴儿一样，轻轻的，然后再正常的力度2次，再来重一点2次，用点劲儿2次。
Twice. And gentler again 2 times. And then comb your hair until you reach your 大椎 from 风池大椎. So this is the 太阳经. It's beside 少阳经. The position of your thumb is 少阳经 for 6 or 7 times. So the purpose of this action, of this movement, the dry base of your face, is to revitalize or awaken the senses of our face. So the sense of touch of the face to the world is awoken. Comb your head is to awaken your head. So we need to awaken our body. After doing this, the 5 or 6 senses, we rebuild the connection of our senses with the world. We rebuild the connection of our heart, mind, and the world. The connection between the senses and the world starts from the eyes. Rebuild the connection of the world from your eyes. So put your feeling on your eyes. Stop there for 1 second to 2 seconds. If you practice on your own, you can rest there for 2 to 3 seconds. And you bring it back. You look back. You look back upon the sight of your heart mind. You look back on your heart mind. Rest for 1 to 2 seconds. And then come back. Come back to your sight. To your eyes. From your eyes to the objects in front of you. For example, the computers or the phones in front of you, or the things in front of you. And then from there, you look further to the space around you or the walls around you. From the walls, extend to your community. From outdoors, you begin into the guided vision. So it is the guidance of the vision. Extend to your community, extend to a city, your country, the earth, the solar system, the universe, to the unlimited distance, unlimited far away space, and rest there and come back from the unlimited space and back to the universe, the sun system, the earth, a country, a province or a state, a city, your community, and where your eyes can meet in front of you, your indoor space, the things in front of you, and your eyes, rest on your eyes for a while. This is the first round. Because we have limited time, we need to practice, we need to exercise for 3 rounds, but we can only demo for 1 round. The second sense, the ears. Pay attention to your ears. Keep your attention. Rest for a while and coming back Hear your hearing. Hear your mind. Hear your brain. Hear what's in your head. Hear your heart mind. Rest for a while and come back from heart mind to hear your brain. Rest from your brain to your hearing sense organ, your ears. From hearing your eyes to hear the air outside. From hearing the air indoors to hearing the sound in the surrounding environment. From the actual sound you hear from your environment, extend it to use your intention to hear the sound from bigger community, sound in the city, sound in the space, sound in the universe, sounds from the ultimate, the unlimited, faraway place. Rest there for a while and withdraw from far away to closer. The sound of the universe, the sound from the space that we can feel, or the sound from the space we can reach psychologically. And back to the sound of city, and to the sound of the community, back to the sound indoors, the sound of the air beside your ear, the self-touching realization of ears. Keep it for a while. And we come to the next sense organ, nose. We sniff the air with strength. Awaken the sensory perception of the nose. And smell back. Smell your nose itself. Smell the sense of smelling of your nose. Smell the inside of your brain. Smell your heart mind. Rest for a while. And coming back from the heart mind, smell the inside of your mind. Smell your sense of smelling from inside of your mind. And from the sense of smelling, smell your nose. And stop at your nose for a while. Going out, smell the outer nose. Smell the air. Smell the air coming in and out of your nose. Smell the air in the room and extend outwards. Smell the air outside the room. Smell a community. Smell a city. Smell a bigger area. Smell a country. Smell the earth. And going bigger, smell the universe. So this belongs to the guiding with your intention. Smell the sunary galaxy, extend to the universe, to the unlimited, to the ultimate unlimited faraway place. and keep it there for a while and coming back to smell the universe. Because the concept of the modern people have the concept of universe and the outer space,
这现代的概念是有的。
and from outside to inside, from the sunary system to earth, smell earth, smell a country, smell a district, smell a city, smell the area you can reach, maybe several dozens of kilometers, and smell the area around you. And back to indoors, smell the air. Smell the air. Smell the nose. Keep it on the nose for a while. This is one round. When you exercise on your own, please do 3 times. And we turn to the next sense organ, tongue. Move your tongue. Move your tongue. Awaken the self-sensory perception of your tongue. Let it be clear. Taste your tongue itself. What smell your tongue has. What taste your smell has. And from your taste, going inward and going one step up. Taste your own taste. So your sense of taste, sense itself. From sense of taste to the consciousness of taste, even to the heart-mind state of your sense of taste, the state of mind related to the tastes. Keep there for a while and coming back to the sense of taste consciousness. From the sense of taste consciousness back to the sensory perception of taste. From the sensory perception of taste to the sensory perception of your tongue. Keep with your sensory perception of the tongue. After that, move your tongue a little bit. The upper side of your tongue reach to the inner upper side of your mouth. By touching it, awaken the sense of taste perception of tongue. Taste, we usually don't extend outward. We can try to use our intention to guide to go outside by touching the upper side of the inner mouth. And we come back to the tongue itself. Improving the self-awareness of the sensory perception of tongue. Keep it there for a while. Please note that through the self-consciousness of the sensory perception of tongue, we can have some discovery of our own body's state and our inner organs. Actually, by following this path, we can improve our self-consciousness and self-adjustment. Now, let's move to the next sense organ, the sense of touch. The sense of touch, the body's sense of touch, use the skin of all over your body. Move a little bit. Feel your clothes. And then feel the sensory perception of your sense of touch. Touch the skin itself. Upon the skin and your body, your whole body, upon the consciousness of your whole body, upon the sensory perception of your whole body. Based on that, awake awake it and keep it, and then going inward. Not only sense of touch, and we need to feel the sensory perception of the sense of touch. Based on that, we go one step up. We do the touching realization of our heart mind about the sense of touch and the sense of touch aware consciousness. Keep it on the heart mind for 1 or 2 seconds. Back to the sense of touch consciousness. From the sense of touch consciousness to the sense perception of the sense of touch. From the sensory perception of the sense of touch to the sense of touch. At that time, we can feel the state of the legacy and bones and the state of muscles, and feel the state of our skins. Keep for 1 or 2 seconds. Extend outwards. Feel our clothes. Feel surrounding air. From soles to hands and then to face. Actually, our face have the sensory capacity. Especially our face is very sensitive to temperature. Within 40 centimeters, it's very sensitive. Going outside, extend outside, let your skin feel or touch the air around you. Let this sense of touch expand to the whole room. Use your sense of touch of your body to feel the whole room, and from the whole room to the whole building. A small community or some natural environments around, and extend out 1 or 2 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and use your mind, use your intention, extend to the space further away. You use your whole body to touch, to sense a district, a country, and even to the boundless universe. The latter belongs to the guided with the intention. And from the boundless universe, you come back. You come smaller to a district, a city, a small area. The air in the room, and coming back to your skin, to your body. Rest there for a while and awaken the senses. We can only teach for 1 round because we have limited time. When you exercise on your own, please exercise 3 times when you start. This is the sense of touch. Our next sense organ is the sense of consciousness. Sense of consciousness is touching, realizing your consciousness to touching, realizing your heart mind. Touching, realizing your sensory perception to your heart mind, to your consciousness. You realize the Dharma. Inwardly, you can have the mental image of things, and you have the sense of knowledge, sense of concept, and sense of heart mind. Coming back, hold there for a while. Best you can come back from consciousness to the intrinsic nature awareness. Keep it for a while, and going back from the intrinsic nature awareness back to the intrinsic nature. From the intrinsic nature itself, coming back to the discriminating or distinguishing awareness, coming back to consciousness, and keep it on your consciousness the sense of consciousness for a while and keep your heart-mind in the state of clearance, awareness, and illuminating. And then extend outward. Our heart-mind, our consciousness can feel the existence of itself, can feel the existence of surrounding environments, can feel the existence of the earth, can feel the existence of the universe, can be conscious of the existence of the universe, can be conscious of the existence of nature, can be conscious of the existence of sentient beings, can be conscious of the existence of society, can be conscious of the existence of civilization, and even to be conscious of our cultivating the way, the path, and then withdraw inward from far to near. Withdraw to our sense of consciousness or the sensory perception of consciousness itself. In this way, we can rebuild the connection between our sense organs and the world. Rebuild the connection between our consciousness and the world. Rebuild the connection between our heart, mind, and reality and the real world. And then we can establish a deeper connection between our inner world, our heart-mind realm, with the outside world, with the world in reality, with the society, in a deeper and more profound way. And we don't stay in our inner state. In this way, our exiting can be complete. After these movements, with this guidance, please go on moving your feet. While moving your feet, a little by little, you put down your leg. You don't use your hand to help. Don't let your feet go suddenly. You need to go gradually, a little by little, in control. In control, gradually, you can follow my demonstration, and gently and put down your leg with control. And then go walking meditation. You need to walk for at least 5 minutes. You slowly stand up. Walk gently and slowly, and fully use your strength for at least 3 times or 5 times or 7 times, so that your knees can stretch. In this way, your knees can stretch. And then go walking meditation for a few minutes. In this way, we can finish the program or the process of exiting the sitting meditation. Learning meditation, we need to first learn exiting meditation. Exiting meditation is to finish the complete transition from samadhi to the scattered mind. Complete the connection of our inner touching realization to objective experience, and complete the connection of our heart, mind, and the world. The completion of this connection is vital or very important to practitioners. Some practitioners, they don't care about this rebuilding the connection while exiting the sitting meditation, and the exiting process is not complete, it's not full, so they are stuck in their inner world. In the beginning, they are
初级阶
very
段就发现，
joyful
很敏感，很高
by
兴。但是时间
staying
久
in the
了，
inner world.
长期沉溺于
But
内部
if
的世
they
界，
stay there
就会
long,
产生
stay in
与
the
世
keep
界
track
的疏
in the
离，
inner world,
与环
they
境
will
的
be
疏离，与社
detached
会的
from
疏
the
离。
world, will be detached to the environment, and they will be detached to the society. And some
就会出现有的
practitioners
人
may be
过分敏感，
oversensitive,
性
and
格怪异，
their
与他人
characters
与环
or
境
can be
不融洽，
weird, and they cannot get along well with other people, with the environment.
我们
So
的禅
our
修
sitting
一开始
meditation,
就要注意到
from
这
the
些问题，
beginning, we need
避
to
免
note
失
these
误。
questions, these problems, and we avoid the mistakes. The
今
first
天
lesson,
的
so
早
much
晨
is
的
the
第一
first
节
lesson.
课
Many of
就到
us
这里，
may be the first
可能很多
time
人
to
是第一
join
次
such a
在网
meditation
上参加
course
这个课
online.
程，
We are not
不很熟
familiar
悉。
with this,
我
and
们
we
都
are
在
also not
这个社会的
familiar
实际
with
上
the
也不是很
all
熟悉，
these
我们不是老师
equipments.
很抱歉啊，
I'm
耽误了
sorry
大家的时间，
to
还有时间的
keep
控
you
制，
occupied
也已
longer.
经超了不少。今
And
天就
so
到这
much
里，
for today.
阿弥
阿弥陀
陀佛。
佛。